Alright, here we go. So here is one of the most brutal ways that I've played this deck so far. I'm starting to learn and understand how this deck kind of functions, and I'm not messing up as much with the Runicks, and I'm having much more success. So I'm playing against an Infernoble deck. I didn't look at how many cards he's playing. I didn't realize this was a 60 card deck, so trying to mill him out will be fucking hard because he's got 60 cards. But I'm gonna make it happen anyways. So I'm not gonna completely mill him out, but it's gonna destroy the consistency of his deck quite well. And then once he goes to start making his plays, I'm going to make it fucking impossible for him to play through what I'm gonna do. So here we go. So I send a bunch of his cards, banish a bunch of his cards, do all of this crazy shit. I'm going to use Kelbeck and Agito to go into my boy Baguska right here. Big fat lazy ass Baguska. And I got Kelbeck on the field right here, so if this card gets sent off the field to the graveyard, it's going to mill some more cards. I got Kelbeck in hand, so I can basically, if Hugin leaves the field, I can basically activate a Runick and it'll discard something, which I'll discard Kelbeck. It'll mill cards like that too. So however I need to do it, that's what I plan on doing. So I'm just using my Runick engine right here. I can draw into a Freezing Curses, shuffle 3 cards back in. Now I did make a mistake and shuffled 2 back earlier when I had 3 in the graveyard. So I missed out on a draw 3 and got a draw 2 instead. I was just clicking fast. He shuffles all this shit into this one card right here. This card's got a shit ton of effects. Let's read through it. But none of them matter anyways because I got fat, lazy ass Baguska over here. Fucking putting everything in defense, slowing everything down. So, this card would have been brutal for me. But let's read the effects. When this card is fusion summoned, you can apply these effects in sequence based on the number of materials. And this motherfucker used a lot of materials with this card, right? So if it's 3 or more, each player sends 3 cards from their extra deck to the graveyard. If it's 5, each player sends the top 3 cards of their deck to the graveyard. If it's 8, each player returns up to 3 banished cards to their graveyard. And if it's 10, each player sends their entire hand to the graveyard. That would have been all of these cards right here. 2 of them would have milled 10 more cards out of his deck. And it would have given me some grave control, so I would have been able to shuffle 3 of my cards back and continue to make plays. This shit wouldn't have fucking bothered me, no way, shape, or form. The only thing that would have hurt me is if stuff got banished, and all of this has to do with sending cards to the graveyard. My deck is designed to do that shit anyways. This would have absolutely fucked him over if fat lazy ass Baguska wasn't sitting right here, but my opponent realizes shit gets slapped into defense, its effects get negated, they don't go off, and he knows that, so what does he do? He's out this bitch. GG's, motherfucker.